Hello and welcome to the third tutorial video on Blender. Today we're going to be looking at texturing an object and particularly how to assign textures. So for example, in some virtual worlds, particularly Second Life, you're able to put different textures onto different areas and colour them in different colours. Now if you were to take this cube and you were to save it as it is and export it as a DAE, a collider, you can put it in and you'll be fine, but you'll find that when you put a texture on it, it will look horrible, and if you colour it in, it will look one colour. Let's say for example I wanted to colour each side in a different colour. How do I do that? How do I make it so that this cube can have multiple sides on its object, so that when I bring it into a virtual world I'm able to colour them in separately? Let's have a look at that and let's try and figure that out together. First thing we're going to need to do is to go into edit mode. So we do that by pressing tab or by going to the top here and selecting object mode and edit mode. We then need to select away, so we press the left click away from the object. We're going to go into faces mode because that's what we're going to be working on. Let's select everything. So if we press A for all and then we go down here. Now these buttons here are for a multitude of things. At the moment we've only had a look at modifiers, and the next thing we're going to have a quick look at is this one, which is material. By clicking material you're going to see there's nothing here. That's because the object itself will have a material, but it hasn't got anything that you've assigned, so it's just got a random material. We're going to create a material for the object. How do we do that? First thing we do is press plus. That creates a material. There's nothing there, but it's created something. We then press new, and we now have a material called material 1. We now have to assign that material to the things we've selected. So because we've selected everything, by pressing assign here, we assign that material to all sides. You can rename it by double clicking and pressing all sides. You can rename it if you want to. So now we know that's all sides, which is great. Now if I bring in the Second Life, I'm going to have the same thing. I'm going to be able to colour it in. But I don't want that. I want to be able to colour each side in a different colour. How do we do that? Well, first we now deselect everything. We're going to create another one. This time we're going to create a new, but we're going to select just one side, and then we're going to select our new material and we're going to press assign. What that's done is it's assigned that material to that side. So I'm going to call this 1. You can check it's worked by going to the base colour and you can actually colour it in. And what that will do is colour that particular panel in here. Now if you can't see it, I just went up here to the top and selected the last one, which is to see the textures. If you're on this mode here, you won't see it. It might just go a bit darker. So that's the colour. So now I want another one for this side. So I do it again. Plus, new, select the side, select the texture I want it to be, and press assign. I'm going to rename this 2, and I'm now going to colour this in yellow. I can then spin around and select another one. Plus, new, give it a name, assign it to this piece that I've selected. So remember, you've got to select the area and then press assign. You must be in edit mode for this, and select a different colour. And again, plus, new, name it, select the area I want. Remember, I just clicked off there to make sure I deselected everything first. Then I select the area, select the texture I want. So I don't want all sides, I want 3, and then press assign. and I'm going to colour that one in turquoise. And then I can do the same again with the bottom. Plus, new, name it something else, 4, and then I've selected it, so I'd select everything else, make sure I've just selected that, go to 4 and press assign. I'm then going to colour this in black. You can do that on the slider at the side. So now we have a box that has different textures for each of the sides. If we were to bring this in now to a virtual world, for example Second Life, you would be able to put a particular texture on each one of those sides.